A very good afternoon to all my dear accountancy students and welcome to the lecture of Advanced Accounting and Auditing Paper 1 Costing. Dear students, I Professor Shaurya Shah welcome you all to my lecture and I hope each and every one of you are doing well. Now students, after doing so many sums of your practical lectures in accountancy, today I decided to plan out a lecture again to brush you up with the concepts of the chapter of material costing before we conclude with this chapter. Now students, in the all previous lectures, we were solving the sums regarding your material costing. Fine. So today we'll be again seeing the formulas which we studied till now, a quick revision lecture for all the sums which we had done, for all the formulas which we are doing since again last 2 weeks in today's lecture. Fine. And then we'll be again giving you two sums. Today you must be wondering why I have not given you sums in advance. Fine. So we'll be saying that sums also along with the formulas. Fine. So today, beginning with the lecture students, right, whatever we are doing, we have first seen the concept of costing. We saw the chapter of introduction to costing, advantages, objectives, needs, so on and so forth, right? Again we started with the chapter of material costing. In this chapter we studied what are the types of material, right? Why material is needed particularly, what sort of materials are there, what are the formulas for material levels finding, stock finding, and various turnover ratios and all. Fine. So today we'll be starting with that part also. Before that, one again theory question which continuously comes from this chapter, right, that is again asked more than 5 times in your university exam, that is known as bin card, right? So what is bin card? You all must be aware with that part. Very simple thing, we'll be understanding with the format of that also, but first of all you need to understand the meaning. Fine. What do you mean by bin card, students, right? So generally goods are stored in the racks with the partition in the storerooms, right? You all must be knowing we have various warehouses, we have various godowns where your raw materials is stored before going to the production, right? So what is bin card? Basically you have various kinds of racks, you have various kinds of stands in which the materials is put up, right? Now in a factory, as you all must be knowing, there is no single material which is used, right? There are n number of raw materials, there are n number of work in progress goods, there are n number of semi-finished goods which are used. Fine. So for classifying and knowing the quantity of each type of material, a card is used, right? That is known as bin card. What is bin card? Each such enclosure is known as bin card, right? What is it? A card is generally hung on each bin. What do you mean by bin, students? It is a kind of basket or it is a kind of box in which those materials are kept, right? In which all the receipts and all the issues of materials are recorded. Suppose I today received 100 units of a material, right? So I'll record in that card. Once we see the specimen, you will come to know. After that, I issue around 50 units from that box. So how many are I'm remaining with? I'm remaining with 50 more units, right? So this card shows you the receipt and the issues and the balance of each and every type of material along with various levels of stock which we are solving since 2 weeks, right? So that is known as bin card. The record on each card are divided into 3 parts: receipt, issues, and balance, right? So I hope you are clear now with the background of the bin card. Now how does it look, students, right? It is generally known as your stores ledger, right? Another name is stores ledger. Some organizations term it as your bin card. Why it is bin card? Because the card is hung on the bin, that is your box particularly, right? So material code will be given when various kinds of materials are used, then AB, BC, XY, ZX, right? So such kind of code will be given from which the material will be identified. Bin number, that is the card number. From the index itself you will come to know under which rack which kind of material is put up, right? Just take a very simple example of your books library in order to understand. You have public libraries, right? You have various kinds of racks in which your books are arranged. So when you want to find out a particular book, what you will do is you will first see in the index which type of book is put up where, right? Again then you come to know about the rack number. On the rack there is one list pasted up, right? On this list you can find out in which shelf a particular book is put up. Same thing in your stores, that is your warehouse, or you can say godowns, right? Various kinds of materials are put up. First you see which type of material is required, then you go to a particular shelf, then you go to a particular bin, a box, how much material is put up, right? So that is your bin card. Material description is the location where it is put up, maximum quantity, right? So this is the level which you used to find out, maximum quantity, maximum level, how much is required, minimum quantity, what is the minimum quantity you come to know, right? And ordering quantity, what is the ordering quantity, right? Main thing is this date, receipt, right? How much quantity you have received, as I told you 100 units, so I will write down here rate at which I have received 2 rupees, 3 rupees, multiply by both this column gives you third, right? Very carefully understand this topic, students, because your next chapter includes certain sums regarding this your stores ledger and regarding your various kinds of material calculations. Fine, hope it's clear. Issues, next column is your issues. From this receipts, whenever issue is done for the production, you note this down in this particular columns, right? So again in this columns you write down, suppose I have issued 50 units at the rate, multiply, so this quantity minus this quantity gives me the balance, and the rate will be calculated accordingly. Hope it's clear to each and every type of students. Fine, so this is basically a stores ledger. Why these three are required? Because from this balance amount I can calculate what is my maximum quantity, what needs to be maintained, what is my minimum quantity, at what balance quantity amount I need to order once again, right? So for that you require. Another type is your actual bin card, right? So stores ledger, bin card. What is bin card? Here bin number and article is given, same minimum quantity, maximum quantity, ordering level is given, quantity received, quantity issued, and balance, right? Here no price is taken. So depends upon the organization's policy, depends upon the works manager's policy, how they adopted, the prices will be written or not. Is it clear to each and every type of student? Fine. Another is this kind of thing, right? So again everything is now, earlier it was hung up upon every material. Now some of the firms are using it computerized technology also in order to find out the stock which they are having in the actual thing, right? Whenever the organization is large, the production factory is large, you need to maintain it on computerized networks. Fine, but the pattern remains the same. I hope it is clear to each and every student. Fine. This bin card is asked again and again in your exam for 4 marks. So you need to write down first of all the meaning for that bin card. Then you need to write down the concept, that is you need to draw one format for this thing, right? I'll provide this in notes also, so don't worry dear students, right? So the process, now how the process actually works, which I told you, right? So here whenever goods are received, they are put up in the bin and immediately entry is made in the receipt column of the bin card, right? So whenever you are receiving the goods, students, it is put up in the bin, that is again box, and immediately entry is made in the receipt column. Whenever goods are issued, entry is made in the issue column of the bin card, right? And the balance is stuck up. Hope it's clear to each and every student. So first you need to write down the meaning of the bin card, the process for that, and you need to draw one of the formats out of it. Done? Everyone clear? Fine. So this is only for the theory part which is asked from this chapter. Now moving on, right? I'll just quickly give you a glimpse of what formulas we are studying, so that after we complete this part, right, in today's lecture we'll be doing 2 sums simultaneously. Then you have to solve. I will give you a brief list of sums, right? Whatever sums we are doing right now are your university sums only, right? That is around 15 sums we have solved. Apart from that, I'll give you the list of sums very soon for your practice. You need to solve this sum in this week that is coming. 2 lectures will conclude this chapter, then we'll be moving on to the next chapter, right? So you need to solve those sums. Any queries, any doubts, you can put up in Google Classroom. I'll be providing the solution for that sums also in the next week, right? So you have an entire week to solve all the practice questions which I'll give you. There is a list of around 15 to 16 type of university sums which is still remaining, that is related to what we had done in the class, right? So there will be no issues in that part. You are not able to solve it. Same part, only the figures will be altered, so your practice will be done, right? Hope it's clear. Okay, moving on to the stock levels. The very first is what we studied. Now you all must be very much clear, because we are doing it since 2 weeks in all our lectures, solving with the formula itself, right? So you will be clear with that part. Ordering level. What is ordering level? It is your reordering point, right? The very first which is always asked in your sum. What is it? Maximum consumption into maximum delivery time, right? What does it give you? At what time particularly you need to place an order for the fresh supply of material, right? So it is a point between maximum level and minimum level. I hope it is clear, right? You can see in the bin card also, right? It is the point between maximum level and minimum level in every kind of ledger. Fine. Okay, so what is ordering level? Maximum consumption into maximum delivery time. By this time you all must be clear and learnt with the formulas so that you can solve the sum very easily. Next we saw was maximum level, right? What is maximum level? Ordering level delivery, that is ordering level minus minimum consumption of minimum delivery period plus ordering quantity. Ordering level, what is it, students? It is the first formula which we found out, right? Now you can relate your formulas with your sums also, whatever we have practiced till now, right? So ordering level, what we found out in the first step, minus minimum consumption of minimum delivery time, right? So what you are doing, minimum consumption into minimum delivery time, you are multiplying, so you are getting the answer of minimum consumption of minimum delivery period plus ordering quantity. Ordering quantity is always given in the sum, so you need to calculate, right? It is the level of stock which shows the maximum quantity of stock to be maintained. We have studied all this in detail, so not going much in it. Just the formulas I need to brush you up so that you can solve the practice questions very easily. Minimum level. What is minimum level? Again ordering level, what we found out in the first formula, minus average consumption of average delivery period. Average consumption is minimum consumption plus maximum consumption divided by 2. Average delivery period, minimum time plus maximum time divided by 2, right? It is the level of stock below which it should not be allowed to fall, is the minimum level. I hope it is clear to each and every student. You need to just remember the formula, student, right? The purpose is only for understanding. In your exams you are asked with the sums only, that is related to your quantity, not any kind of explanation. Fine. Danger level. What is danger level? It is the level of stock below the minimum level, right? Below which if any immediate action is not taken, then the production process may stop. So what is it? Average consumption, minimum plus maximum divided by 2 into maximum delivery time for emergency purchase, right? Many students mistakes. I got many queries, sir, what is the difference between maximum delivery time and maximum delivery time for emergency purchase, right? Emergency purchase, whenever it is given, always it is used for danger level only, right? Maximum delivery time is the time which maximum you can take for a order, right? And for emergency purchase is the maximum time in which I can get the order in urgency. I can get my stock in urgency. That is my maximum delivery time for emergency purchase. Immediately you need to purchase anyhow, right? So that is your danger level. Next, students, is your safety stock. What do you mean by safety stock? Again, when you take a long time to receive your order of materials, right? So for that materials, it is advisable to keep certain stock so that production process is not hindered, right? So safety stock, again we calculated in the sums. What is it? Maximum consumption into maximum time minus average time, right? I gave you the formula also, max you need to remember. So maximum consumption into maximum time minus average time. What is average time? Maximum time plus minimum time divided by 2, right? So remember max for safety stock, then remember min, right? Here it is always your min, that is minimum consumption into minimum delivery time. Hope it's clear, all of you, with the formulas. Fine. So ready with the chapter, all of you? Fine. Now EOQ, the last formula of this chapter, right? What was EOQ? EOQ was your economic order quantity. That was your under root 2AO upon C. Very simple formula. Again 3 marks, again and again sums comes in your exam. What is it? Annual material used, annual consumption we used to say, ordering cost, that is O, carrying cost, that percentage used to be given, or other in paisa. In the last lecture we solved that was in paisa, right? So we added up and EOQ is given, right? If at all any price percentage are given, then I told you in the lectures also that the formula changes to under root 2AO upon CP, that is carrying cost into price. Hope it's clear to each and every student. Fine. So EOQ. So entire chapter forms your formula that is related to your 6 formulas only. Is it clear? Fine. Moving on to testing your knowledge, what we studied just now. I hope you all must be very much attentive. Immediately within 2 seconds you can get the answer. Average consumption into time period for emergency purchase. Average consumption into time period for emergency purchase. With this formula, which level can be calculated? With this formula, emergency, right? Whenever such thing comes, always remember, when emergency comes, when there is any danger, right? So emergency purchase is your danger level. Hope everyone must have got the right answer in their minds. Fine. Next, if opening stock is 40,000, purchases are 1,30,000, closing stock is 20,000, calculate the stock turnover rate, right? Now you all know the formulas, you all remember the formulas, it is up to you. I'll give you 1 minute to calculate the sum. I think 1 minute is very much enough to calculate this kind of sums, right? Again, a short sum asked in university only. What you will do, students, is for stock turnover rate, I'll give you a hint so that you can quickly calculate it. For stock turnover rate, you require two things. One is cost of goods sold and second is average stock, right? So quickly calculate average stock, opening plus closing divide by 2. Quickly calculate cost of goods sold, that is opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. Opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock, right? So you will be getting the answer of stock turnover rate. Okay, pure 1 minute for you people, you can solve it. I hope everyone must have completed the sum, right? So what is your average stock, students? Average stock is 40,000 plus 20,000 divided by 2, right? Gives me the answer of 30,000, right? What is your cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold is 40,000 plus 130, that is 170, minus 20,000, so 150, right? So again, dividing by this part, you all must get the answer of 5 times, right? I hope all my genius students must have got the same answer. If not, kindly recalculate it. You can easily get it, right? There is nothing tough in this sum. Fine. Hope it's clear to each and every type of students. Fine. Next is most profitable quantity to the purchase is called, right? Most profitable quantity. This we calculate in every type of sum. The last formula which we saw, right? Is it maximum quantity? No. Is it minimum quantity? Maybe. It is average quantity? No. Economic order quantity, right? Is it economic order quantity? Yes. So EOQ, the name itself says economic order quantity, the quantity which is optimum in level, that is your economic order quantity. I hope it is clear to each and every student. Fine. Okay. The next, ordering level minus average consumption of average delivery time. Ordering level minus average consumption of average delivery time. Average, right? In maximum level it was min, as I told you, right? So here there is no min, so maximum level will not be there. Average level itself it is given in the sum, so it will not be there. Ordering level also itself it is not given in the sum. So what is the answer? Yes, definitely you must have thought right, that is minimum level. I hope it is clear to every student. Fine. Now students, the next part, that is question number 13. This is for your, again we can say, you have to solve it on your own, right? We'll discuss the sum first, then you have to complete this sum. The solution I will provide in the next lecture, right? So read carefully the sum, read and understand what I am saying, and then you have to solve it on your own, right? What information is given? Following figures is available in respect of the year 2013 and 2014, right? Amongst that, 2013 and 2014 average stock. For the year 2013 it is missing. For the year 2014 40,000 is given. 2013 opening stock is 40,000, 2014 it is missing. Purchases are given, adjusted purchases are given. What do you mean by adjusted purchases, students? It is cost of goods sold, right? So cost of goods sold for a year is given. Turnover is missing here. Here turnover is given, right? Again, what is asked? From the above information for the year 2013, right? Just understand this is 2013. For 2013 you need to calculate STR and stock turnover period. Both you know. One, if you get it, then you can get stock turnover period also. For the year 2014 you need to calculate purchases and adjusted purchases, right? This is your VNSU 2016, students, right? That you need to solve at your own place. Fine. How you will go it? I'll just give a brief hint about the sum, then you can solve it easily, right? The very first thing, average stock is given for a particular year, right? And opening stock is given for the year 2013. We did same type of short sum. When the average stock of a particular year is given for 2014, say, right? So what will it be? It will be opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2, right? Opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Here you are not having both of the things, right? So always remember, in your exam also, students, when such kind of missing sums are given, you need to always start with the particulars which are given, right? So here if I calculate adjusted purchase, that is cost of goods sold, I have opening stock also, I have purchases also. What is missing is closing stock. So I can start always with adjusted purchases. From that I'll get the amount of closing stock. I hope it is clear. So you will find out the amount of closing stock. Listen carefully the entire procedure. Then you can move on with the sum. Because you need to do it, right? Because only noting down the sums is not enough. You need to apply your brains also. That's why I gave you a brush up lecture today. Fine, after all these practical lectures. So 2,05,000. You will get the amount of closing stock out of it, right? Once you get the amount of closing stock, you have amount of opening stock also. So the very first missing amount of average stock, you will be getting it. Is it clear, students? Once you have the average stock, you can calculate the turnover ratio. How? Because cost of goods sold upon average stock gives you the turnover ratio. Is it clear? Once you get the turnover ratio, you will get the turnover period also. You know the formula, right? So 2013 part is completed. Starting with 2014. How you will start with 2014? You have the closing stock of 2013. Is it clear? So closing stock of 2013, if you are having, that will become the opening stock of 2014. Hope it's clear. So opening stock of 2014 you are having, average stock you are having, you will get the closing stock for the particular thing. Is it clear? So closing stock of 2014, when you will get it, then you will find out the answer for it. Is it clear? So closing stock of 2013 will be automatically opening stock of 2014, right? Once you are having opening stock, once you are having closing stock, you can find out the purchase and the amount of adjusted purchase. How? On the basis of the turnover ratio. 4.5 is equals to adjusted purchase upon average stock. You are having the average stock also, students, right? So you will get the amount of cost of goods sold that is asked in your sum. Fine. Hope it's clear. This sum I am giving you the hint because I know you all people will be able to solve it on your own, right? If not, tomorrow I'll solve this sum very quickly in my lecture. You can compare your answers, those who have done it. Fine. Okay, you can note this down if you want. I'll give you 10 seconds time. You can quickly note this down. I'll also provide in Google Classroom also if you want, right, along with the notes and the practice sums. Okay, I hope everyone must have done this part. Fine. Okay, next sum for you people, right? Again, a very simple sum, but the missing part is that this type of sums are favorite of university sums, again and again asked in your exams, right? This sum is 3 times asked in your exam, but we have taken the sum of 2016, right? What has been given, students? Four things you need to find out: reorder level, minimum level, maximum level, and average stock level as per EOQ. After that, you need to find out two more things: safety level and danger level, right? So once you know the formula, it will be easy. But for that, you require six basic things I always tell in my lecture, right? What are those six basic things? Minimum time, maximum time, minimum consumption, maximum consumption, average time, average consumption, right? So all those six things you require to calculate before starting with the formulas. I hope it is clear to every student. So you will calculate on the basis of the info which is given, right? This sum I'll not discuss because everything is given in the sum. You will calculate this and compare your answer when tomorrow I'll solve this in lecture, right? It's a urge to all of you, do solve it so that you come to know at what level you are standing, right, and what you need to learn more. Fine. This brush up lecture was only for you people so that you can again brush up with your formulas and you can complete the part. Fine. So today I'll conclude this part. You have time to solve those both sums. Do it just now only so that you are ready with the sums of today's lecture, right? Hope it's clear to each and every student. Thank you for your attention, students. See you tomorrow again in the next lecture of mine. Take good care of yourself, study hard, perform well. Fine. This is Professor Shaurya Shah taking your leave, teaching you advanced accounting and auditing paper 1 costing. Thank you for your attention, students. Have a good day ahead.